So at work, I am a lone feminist swimming around my own island in a huge conservative ocean. At my cubicle, you'll see my Gloria Steinem posters. On my iPhone, I'm listening to Joni Mitchell, Joan Baez. At everybody else's cubicles, they've got their NRA magnets, their Tea Party mugs, and Ronald Reagan wall calendar after Ronald Reagan wall calendar. So a couple years ago, I switched to a new job. It was still in the same ocean, though. And I get a call at work from my buddy Doug in my old job, and Doug says, my birthday's next week, and I've invited a couple people out to lunch next Wednesday to celebrate my birthday. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm so honored. I mean, Doug's a great work buddy. It's been so fun to work with. I didn't know I made the top echelon of his friends to be invited out to lunch. And I'm feeling so honored. Also, Doug always had my back because I'm thinking, can I really take a couple hours off in the middle of a workday in my brand new job to leave for lunch? Like I said, Doug always had my back, life of the party, and I'm thinking, there was that time that he bought everyone plastic recorders from the dollar store and we all did a little impromptu concert. I said to him, Doug, I'm in. Next Wednesday, I'm in. Just tell me where. Hooters. I said, I'm not going. I said, Doug, I'm not going. And he says, why? And I said, Doug, what if my friends or family found out about this? He's like, please, it's my birthday. I was like, what if someone recognizes my car? He says, I'm turning 40. Well, maybe if I confess to my friends and family ahead of time, and maybe if I park kind of far away and walk the last few blocks, no one will see my car parked out there. Doug, all right, I will make an exception. I will go for you, but no one can ever find out about this. So the appointed day comes. I arrive at Hooters wearing my dark glasses, and a Jackie Kennedy scarf around my head. And I'm the last one there, and I go and I sit down, and over bounces Amber. Hi, I'm Amber. I'm your waitress. Welcome to Hooters. Can I get you anything to drink? And I said, Amber, come here. I gotta talk to you. So she comes closer. I'm like, no, closer. So she puts her ear right down to me, and I was like, so, Amber, how do you like working here? And she says, I like it fine. I'm like, it's okay. You can tell me the truth about the oppression. You can tell me. And she's like, I love working here. And I'm thinking, well, I know you have to say that, but for the next hour, I've got your back. All right? So she walks away. I'm beginning to feel a little bit better about this. And then it really gets good when all the Hooters waitresses pull Doug out in the middle of the restaurant, and they're all dancing around him and singing happy birthday. I pull out my iPhone, I'm recording this, thinking everybody at the old office is gonna love seeing this. I'm beginning to enjoy myself. And after he dances, Doug comes back over and he says, you recorded that? He's like, that's so embarrassing. Don't record that. You can't show that to anyone. Delete it. And begrudgingly, eventually, I do delete it. And I'd like to report that the world came to a crashing halt because I went to Hooters or I didn't survive, but neither of those things were true, and I did survive, and the world did continue to revolve on its axis. About a year later, right this past Thanksgiving, I got a call at work on Monday from a coworker, and she says to me, did you hear the news about Doug? And I said, no, what do you mean? She says, Doug shot himself over the weekend. And, I was speechless. What do you mean? Doug's the life of the party. Doug was there for me, Doug was there for everybody. Maybe the life of the party front was just that affront, but we'll never know. And I went to his memorial service shortly after that, and I, introduced myself to his parents, and they said to me, we haven't seen Doug for years. We were estranged from him. They thought maybe because they saw behind the happy mask. And I said, I had this video of him at Hooters. I said, I wish more than anything I had not deleted it. And they said, wait, the one of him dancing with the waitresses at his birthday? I said, yeah. And they said, well, You must have forwarded it to a couple people at lunch because they sent it to us a few days ago, and it meant so much to us seeing that Doug was still his old self, seeing how happy he was, and we were just so glad to see that. Thank you for taking that. And I was happy I didn't delete it. Recently, we all met up again, the lunch crowd at Hooters, to raise a glass to Doug. And I was the first one there this time, and I was sitting down, and I checked my iPhone, and there were a couple messages. All the people I used to work with still work together. They all had a crisis at work. Everybody else canceled. So as I'm sitting there alone, I think, somewhere up there at the big Hooters in the sky, Doug is dancing with dozens of waitresses and singing, looking down at me, sitting here by my little feminist self, alone at Hooters, and he's laughing his ass off. Even though I never intend to go to Hooters again, Doug, I'm really glad I made an exception for you and went that time.